First grade, good morning to you. Hope you guys are doing good, or good afternoon, or good evening, whenever you're watching this video. It's I, Mr. Hunter. I'm with your first grade lesson for today. I'm going to let you know what you need. You need a pencil. You're going to need your good smarts. Remember, math is so real. I have a bottle of water with me right here. Oh, that's almost gone, but I have another one right here because this keeps me fresh, keeps me hydrated. When working with math, we're working with numbers. We're using all parts of our brain to try to identify different concepts, different ways of learning that we've been taught, talking about the sums, the differences, all these things that we're learning, new shapes, ways to count by twos and threes, ways to identify the days of the month, all these different things, numbers that are least, in between, and greatest, temperatures, clocks. Guys, isn't that a lot? Raise your hand if that's a lot. You raise your hand. I raise both my hands because that's a lot to teach. It's a lot even more for you to learn. So that's why you need to be fresh. Have a snack, have something with you when you're doing math, because it's going to help you to stay focused and stay alert and ready using those great brains. All right, everybody point to your brain. All right, say, God, please help me to be able to understand what Mr. Hunter is teaching today, and let's have a good time in math. All right. I don't know why I covered my whole head. I said point to my head, and then I covered the whole thing. Stop laughing at me, guys. Don't laugh at me. All right. Maybe I need some more food to keep my brain fresh. All right. Anyway, what we're talking about today, I have it on the board. We're going to talk about ordinal numbers, AM or PM, missing numbers by threes, a two-digit subtraction, and then some geometric shapes. Can you guys say that? Geometric shapes, not just shapes, geometric shapes. We're going to talk about all those things. The first thing we're going to talk about is on page 241, and it is on number 1. So write your name at the top, write the date, and then let's look at what it's asking us to do in the problem, okay? Scoot my chair up a little bit more. It says, color the fish that is third to the left of the boat. Oh, one thing I didn't tell you need, go get some crayons, go get some colored pencils. You're going to be able to color a few things today. All right. It says color the fish that is third to the left of the boat. So what you have to do first, we have to find where's the boat. So we have to put our finger on the boat and then go back to the instructions. What does it say? The directions say color the fish that is third to the left. So that means we have to count to the left. So we move our finger one space, 1, move our finger the second space, 2, and then did it say 2 or 3 spaces? It said to the third. So we need to go one more to the third. So that's, does everybody have their finger on the correct fish? Okay. Now, if you want to color it blue, you want to color it red. If you want to color your fish multiple colors, guess what? Go ahead. It's whatever you want to color it, but you need to make sure it's the third fish to the left of the boat. That's why it's so important that we know our directions. We did a little Simon Says last time. I want to make sure you guys know exactly what your space is. North, south, east, and west. You can do left, right, up, and down. All right, same thing. All right, let's look to number 2. It says mark the bubble under the AM or the PM. Now, somebody asked me a question before, and they said, Mr. Hunter, I know AM is the morning and PM is the evening, but what does AM and what does PM mean? That's an excellent question. I'm going to tell you right now. Okay, so you might have seen on my board here, I added a few things, all right? AM. AM is actually a Latin word, or not a Latin word. It's an abbreviation for a Latin word. It says ante meridiem. It's a really big word. So ante meridiem. Everybody say ante, 2 syllables, meridiem. So 4 syllables, ante meridiem. It's a Latin word, and what it means is before noon. So it's Latin for before noon. And PM, it means post meridium. And what do you think that means? It means afternoon. So that's why we just combine the 2. So afternoon and before noon, antemeridium, post meridium. Those are Latin words. Guess what, guys? I was in first grade and I didn't learn Latin. You guys are in first grade. You just learned Latin. I would say that's an amazing job. All right, everybody happy? All right, let's move on. So it says mark the bubble under the AM or PM. So what are we doing in these photographs? Well, first, the best thing to do is we have to know which is the morning and which is the afternoon. We need to look at the picture. So what is she doing in the first picture that would tell us something about what time it is? Okay, I see some juice. What kind of juice? Orange juice. Oh, I drink orange juice in the morning. That could be a clue. Okay, what is she eating? She's eating like oatmeal or cereal, right? Right, Dylan? Yeah, Jeremiah. What do we call that? That's breakfast. You guys like breakfast? Tell me this. What's your favorite cereal? I know what my favorite cereal is. My favorite cereal since I was a little kid, Fruity Pebbles. Oh my goodness, I love Fruity Pebbles. If you want to get Mr. Hunter a gift, Fruity Pebbles is the way to go. You guys let me know what cereal you like, and I can hook you up as well. All right, so let's look at the bottom here and more. Let's look outside. Oh, I see sun in the window. So the sun comes up in the morning. So that could be another hint. So now we got to look at that clock. The clock shows us in the background, says 7 o'clock, but we don't know. 7 o'clock what? 7 o'clock a.m. or p.m. Well, all the pictures there, all the clues in the picture show us it looks like it's the morning. So we should put a.m. So that's what we're going to put, all right? And now the next one. Now, here's the thing. You know the first one was a.m. You can look over here and see the cloud. You see it's dark. You see the moon out there. And so you just might want to, write and say, oh, I know it's 9 p.m. But it doesn't hurt to take your time and just look at all the clues. He's sleeping in the bed. The clock says 9 o'clock. You see the moon. You see it's dark outside. That happens at the nighttime. So it's probably most likely going to be 9 p.m. Okay, so you guys know that. That's a good clue. Make sure you pay attention to those clues. They help you answer the question correctly. All right, so let's dive into number 3. Now, we're counting by threes to complete the number chart. Ooh, that's a big thing. That's a big thing. So we're going to need to make some really big guesses here, really big choices to understand how we're counting by threes. So let's look at where they start at. They start at 101. So all we're looking at, remember guys, all we're looking at if we're counting, and I'm going to use my eraser here to do some work. I'm going to erase all these up here once I find my eraser. So you might have seen I found my eraser. So we have the number 101 that we're starting with, and we're counting by threes. But first, we just need to go to the next number. So the next number, 101, what's after 1? 102. All right, that's great. So now we're going to write 102 in that box. So it gives us the next answers. It gives us 103. It gives us 104. And then it doesn't give us anything. But do you guys notice a pattern? So what is it? What are we doing? It goes 101. We put 102. Then it's 3, 4. What's at the 4? 5. But what do we put? We put 105. Now, I want you guys to stop right there, because if we're counting by threes, what you need to look at is how many spaces did you have to go from the 2 to the 5. You want 1, 2, 3. So now they give us 106, 107. What's after 7? 8. So they have 106, 107. You're going to put 108. Do you guys notice that? And then it goes 9, 10. What's after 10? 11. So that's how you're counting by threes. And then you got to keep going all the way up. You're going to do this all the way to the end. At the very end, they have the number 130. Guess what? By the time you guys finish, you just got to follow the same pattern. You want 102, 3, 4, 5. Then what's after 7? 8. What's after, we have what's after 10? 109, 110. What's after 10? What number is after 10? 11. So that means you have to write that. 111. Then you have 112, 113, 100 and what's after 13? Or I should say, what's after 3? 4. So you're going to go 114. You guys are just going to keep adding. Pay attention to the ones place. All right. Make sure you're really adjusting that. And then once you'll see the pattern. I don't want to talk too much, because I have a bad habit of giving you guys the answers and not letting you try on your own. But I know that you guys know what you're doing. All right. So that's what you're going to do. We're moving down into the bottom on number 4. It says write the differences. Okay. Write the differences. So when we're writing the differences, what does that mean that we're doing? We are subtracting. We're doing subtraction. We have the minus sign there. So let's look. It breaks it down for you guys. It has the tens and the ones place. When you have the first problem, it says 50 minus 20. All right? 50 minus 20. All right. 0 minus 0. It's not going to be anything. So it's going to be a 0. But then if we have 5 minus 2, we have 5. Take away 2. We're going to be left with 3. And that's going to be our answer. It breaks it down with the tens and the ones placed there. So it's pretty simple. You've done this before. Just take your time, okay? Make sure that you're noticing the problem and really identifying what goes next. If there's something in the tens place and it cancels each other out, do you need to write a 0? No. If there's a 0 in the tens place, guess what you do? You leave it blank. All right. You guys are going to need some help here. On the next page, you're going to turn over to page 242. And at the top, you're going to do some work with this month. It says, write the name of this month and then write its dates. Circle the 3rd Sunday, Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to look at a calendar. So maybe your mom or dad has a phone and they can show you the calendar on there. And you're just going to copy the numbers in there exactly how it looks on the calendar. So what month are we in today? Or this now? We're in April. April, we had a birthday. We had Sam's birthday, and I hope he enjoyed it. So that was a great time. But then we're going to write April, and then we're going to write all the dates that we have here. So from Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, whenever April 1st was, we're going to write all the way up, all the way until the end of the month. And then once we do that, we're going to answer the questions. It's going to say circle the third Sunday. So whatever the third Sunday is, whatever number you put down there, that's what you're going to have to circle. And then it's going to say circle the third Sunday, circle the third Tuesday, circle the third Friday, circle the third Saturday. All right. So those are the instructions. Get a map, or not a map, get a calendar from your mom and your dad. Look at it, fill out all the dates for April. So if April 1st was on a Wednesday, that's what you're going to write. And guess what? This year, April 1st was on a Wednesday. So you're going to put a 1 on Wednesday, and then you're going to count up from there. 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way until the end of the month. April 1st this year was on a Wednesday, so the 1 is going to go in the first box for Wednesday. You're going to put a 1 there. Then you're going to go 2, and you're going to keep counting all the way into the end. How many days are in April? You guys know? Anybody know? We just did it the other day. Just did it a couple weeks ago. I'm going to wait. I'm going to give you another second to guess. Anybody know? You still guessing? All right. You sure? All right. Look at the calendar. You'll see. All right. Yeah. You're going to see. You're going to put it there. At the end, then you answer the questions. The third Sunday, third Tuesday, third Friday, third Saturday. At the bottom, this last one. Study the shapes on the grid. So it looks like we have a square. We have a rectangle. We have a triangle. And we have a trapezoid. All right. A trapezoid, you see there, it's shaped. 2 of the sides are even, but there's one side that's sloped down, so that's a trapezoid. But all these are geometric shapes. What you're going to do is you're going to draw the shapes the same size and this empty grid. So there's a grid right next to it that has the shapes. You're going to draw the same shapes on the other side. Then what you're going to do is you're going to color the triangle square. You're going to color the triangle that you draw yellow. Then you're going to call the rectangle that you draw green. Then you're going to draw the square blue. And then you're going to draw the trapezoid purple. So here's the key. Your shapes have to be able to fit all inside the box. Does that mean that you can draw a big square and they can't fit? No, you have to make sure that there's enough room for all of these shapes to fit together, okay? So I want you guys to do that. Take your time with it. And then one thing I'm going to tell you about is ordinal numbers, all right? The last thing I'm going to share with you, ordinal numbers. What is an ordinal number? Well, do you guys remember when we line up in class to go to like recess, to go to lunch, cafeteria, to eat things, to go to chapel, right? You have positions in line. You have positions in line, right? And so the order that you are in is what we call an ordinal number. So you hear the word order, it's in ordinal. So Eliana, if you were first in line, first. If Sam, you were second, second. Jeremiah, you were third. Dylan, you were fourth. Those are what we call ordinal lines or ordinal numbers. What order are you in? So when I say, what place did you come in the race? Oh, I came in 5th place. When you add that end of the year, the T and the H to 5th, it's going to, or T and the H to 5, it becomes 5th. That's what order you were in. So when you're talking about order of numbers, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, you are talking about ordinal numbers. Right now, we can actually count to 100 in ordinal numbers. We're going to count by 10. All right, how do we do that? Well, we say 10th. 20th, 30th, 40th, 50th. Do you guys get it? Do you guys get it? I'm going to write it on the board so you understand a little bit more, all right? So here's how we can write this. All right? So if we're counting by tens in ordinal numbers, what we're going to do is we're just adding the order. So it's 10th, 20th, 30th, 40th, 50th. All right, you can keep going. Now, here's a question I have to ask you, all right, as I move my computer back. What do we already use ordinal numbers for? You guys have been using ordinal numbers all year. You didn't even know it. When we write the dates, right? Today is April the 21st, right? That's an ordinal number. It's the order of the month. Yesterday was April 20th. Today's April 21st. So we've been writing ordinal numbers all the time. It is the order that a number is in, okay? You guys just learned an ordinal number. It's the same as being in order, all right? So when next time we get to go to school, we're lining up anywhere you go, You say, what position are you at? Oh, I'm in the ordinal number. I'm in fifth. Oh, I'm in sixth place. When you're running a race, oh, I got first place, right? That is an ordinal number. We'll do some more work with that. We'll do some more practice. But I think I've talked enough today. I hope you guys enjoyed your lesson. I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow.